Hello and welcome back to another vlog. Once again, you are finding me in the garden. I am very much embracing the sunshine. Any opportunity that I can film outside, I am taking it. And funnily enough, that is what this video is all about. So just a little update of where we are up to in our travels. We are currently back in Lincoln. So we are doing yet another house sit in a beautiful home. And once again, they've got lovely gardens. I always try and pick the ones with lovely big gardens. And yeah, we're back in Lincoln. Another heat wave on the way. I feel like that's a theme amongst all my videos so far. The upcoming heat wave isn't going to be as bad as the other ones. I say bad, hot as the other ones. But yeah, we're reaching high 20s. So we're going to be enjoying the outdoors and the sunshine very much so whilst we're here. And yeah, we've done this sit before. So they have 2 dogs and 2 cats and chickens, which sounds like a lot, but the cats are very self-sufficient. The dogs are very chill and easygoing, and chickens, if you've looked after chickens before, you know that they're very easygoing. I went to pick, they've got 5 chickens, and I went to go and check on them and collect some eggs, and there was 11 eggs in there. So we're going to have to try and find some recipes and try and use them eggs up, I think. So in this video, I'm going to go into ways on how you can embrace the summer magic in lots of different ways intentionally. And yeah, I thought I'd give you an update on what we're doing. So summertime for me, I feel, is a time where we start to get a little bit more energy. We're getting a bit more motivated by the sun's solar energy, and we want to be outside more, we want to be doing more. But I do find it important to also remember that balance. Like, balance is always key. And yes, whilst you may have more energy and you may have more social events on and, you know, things to do on your list, make sure you are taking that time to slow down as well. And that's exactly what I'll be doing over summer. So I've actually got a lot planned, a lot of new things coming for your magic world. And I'm not going to say much more on that, but I am going to be very busy. But the lovely thing about it is that it is all very intentional based. It's all coming from very feminine energy. So it's not like I'm going to be in that sort of action masculine energy whilst I do these new ventures. I won't say anymore. I know that's really vague. The key point is that it is a time where, you know, you might be running with ideas and stuff, but the masculine and feminine energies, masculine energy is very prevalent during summer, and it is very strong, which is not a bad thing, but make sure you are also tapping into that feminine energy as well. So what else are we going? Where are we going in our travels? So we're in Lincoln at the moment, and then we're going to Leamington Spa, and then we head over to Bath, and then we're going back up to the northwest in Lancashire to visit friends and family and celebrate my little girl's birthday, which we're very excited about. And we'll be spending quite a bit of time up there too. And then in September, we are going to start our UK coastal tour. So we're going to start at Land's End, and we're going to go all the way round from the north coast of Cornwall and Devon, round Wales, up the northwest of England, Scotland, and then back down. And I don't know if I've talked about this on the channel yet, but we are going to be doing it in a slow, intentional way. We don't want to rush through it. We've got 2 kids. Like, we want to just take it nice and slow. We are going to be taking little pockets of time off that as well in between, and visit family and friends both in the northwest and down south too. So yeah, follow us along on that journey. I'll be creating individual videos for that, and just looking for lots of different magical places along the UK coast. We're going to be venturing to sort of like any witchy villages, any castles and stuff like that along the way, and obviously looking for beautiful coves and beaches. So if you're into that, feel free to subscribe and follow us along on that. So let's get into the energies of summer. Now, to me, every season carries its own energetic signature. So when you think about it, think about like spring. We've just left spring behind, and spring is about new beginnings, renewal. So what is summer's signature energy? I believe that summer is all about action, abundance, and just embracing nature. Like, this is when nature is at its peak. It is in full bloom, and like I said, I'm stopping at a house with a beautiful garden, and there are some clips of all the abundant flowers in this video as well. So just stepping outside and seeing what nature is gifting to us during this time. And with that, I like to touch on expression. So this is when nature is at its full expression. So how can you be at your full expression? How can you move through these next few months with confidence, with bold and unapologetically being yourself? And of course, it is also peak solar energy as well. So any of those who like to work with sort of like solar energy, it is a perfect time to work with the sun, make sun water, work with any botanicals or any crystals that are associated with the sun, and the abundance and fiery energy that comes with that too. Now, I have also touched on how the summer and sun is a masculine energy, and with that can be quite an intense energy. And if you don't work with it well enough, if you don't bring that balance, if you don't tap into that feminine energy, also it can bring a lot of overwhelm and overstimulation. It's like you're always chasing that constant need where you have to be productive, because naturally you're seeing people be very productive and the energy is around. So yes, absolutely harness that. But like I say, it's absolutely okay to have a chill, and what better time to have a chill? If you want to just sit out in the garden for a few hours and read a book, then do that. There is nothing wrong with that. Is also being productive in your feminine. Summer is also linked to the solar plexus chakra. This is something that we dived into last month in the Your Magic World membership. So we activated our solar plexus energy with some meditations and a workbook that is designed by myself that is still in the membership now. So if you was to sign up now, you would have access to all of that content from last month, plus all the other month's content as well. But yeah, I really wanted to just tap into that solar plexus energy last month in preparation to this really abundant time where we can shine through our confidence and we can get a sense of our identity and our personal power. So yeah, if you are interested in learning a little bit more about solar plexus energy and how that aligns with summer, then feel free to head down into the description where you'll find a link to my website, and all the information is on there on the membership and how to join us. So let's go into how you can align yourself with this beautiful energy of summer. Looking a bit windswept then, weren't I? It's a bit windy now, so I apologise if that's picking up on the audio. But let's get into it. So one thing I recommend is just to follow the light. And what I mean by that is, obviously our days are a lot longer now. And I'm not saying to cram a million things into the day now before the sun sets. What I'm saying is to just enjoy it more. Stay outside for a little bit longer, go on a sunset walk. Stop sticking to rigid routines that you set yourself throughout the whole year. You need to learn to adapt with the seasons if you do want to intentionally live seasonally. And with that, it's really important to notice when your energy is rising and falling. Now, obviously in summer, it is natural to feel a little bit more energized compared to winter time, when obviously The days are a lot shorter, the nights are longer, it's colder, we want to stay in bed all the time. I feel like summer, it does invite that flexibility when it comes to our daily routine. So yeah, just try and loosen up a little bit with that. Our modern life these days, we put ourselves in front of TVs, computer screens, our phones, all this blue light. We're under artificial lighting, and this is just wreaking havoc to our circadian rhythm. And I feel like summer is the perfect reset to just align your body back to your natural circadian rhythm. For those who don't know what the hell I'm talking about with circadian rhythm, it is our body's natural body clock, so to speak. And it is very much reliant on natural sunlight. So obviously these factors, the blue light and artificial light and all of the just not getting outside and as much as we used to, this can just completely throw our energy levels out of whack. Now, a really, really good hack that I love to do is first thing in the morning, I will get up, and especially in summertime, and if I put a wash on or whatever, I will get outside, I'll put the washing out, and I will just expose myself to that first hit of natural sunlight. And in doing this, it sends a signal to my brain to start waking up. So rather than reaching to the coffee or the green tea or whatever it is that you have to wake yourself up, just try getting outside and just exposing yourself to that natural sunlight. Not only is this a really good way to wake you up, but it also helps level out your energy levels throughout the day, boost your mood, and helps you sleep more deeply in the evenings as well. Another way that you can align yourself with summer is just to live more outwardly. This is a very extroverted time. Now, introverts, do not panic. That does not mean that you need to throw yourself into a mass of people or stand up on stage or, whatever. But I will say it does invite you to be more social, and that can just be one on one with a friend that you've not seen in ages, or just going to a small barbecue, a small gathering. And with this, I do think it's important to just remind you of the balance. Now, I think a lot of people pleasers out there, I can see you. You feel like you need to say yes to every social event, and there's going to be a lot of them over summer because it is a naturally social time, and that's where the overwhelm and just scattered energy can come in. So just be really particular over where you spend your time. This is also a really good time to get creative. If you've been sitting on some creative ideas, or you've got some ideas buzzing around your head that you've just not took that inspired action yet, now is the time to do it, and do so confidently. This time is all about confidence and action taking. And if you just don't know where to start with that, first things first is get some clarity. Go outside with your journal, do a little bit of a meditation, and just journal on it and see where that takes you. It doesn't need to be a big, bold step if you are not feeling that that's right for you right now, but just taking some form of step is always key when it comes to summer energy. And speaking about journaling, I am a massive advocate for journaling. I absolutely love it. I find it's the most beneficial way for me to gain clarity, sit with myself, have that me time, that self care. And I always say all the time, it is the reason why my life changed. As soon as I started journaling, I became more confident. I started taking more aligned actions. My life pivoted in very positive ways. I started aligning myself more spiritually. I started learning more spiritually. I started learning about myself more. So, yeah, journaling is a massive one. And summertime is perfect for it. And especially it gives you the opportunity just to sit outside in the sun. So here are some key journal prompts for you to dive into. I will also put these in the description as well. Or you can take this option just to pause the video and sit and journal if you want to do so now. And the first one is, where do I want to express myself more fully in my life? So just going into that, like, where do you want to live more outwardly? Where do you want to show up more? Where do you want to just give a bit of dose of confidence? Number two would be what feels heavy for me this season. And I think this is an important one to touch on because we often forget about this. A lot of shadow work journaling and shadow work rituals, we often do these around winter time, which is a really good time to be doing shadow work. But it's also good to do in summer because this is where the overwhelm comes in. If you can nip it in the bud straight away, then you don't need to carry that with you through this already quite busy time. So yeah, what is feeling heavy for you right now? And what are some small steps where you can be a bit more gentle with yourself? And lastly, where do I feel most inspired right now? What is exciting you? Where do you feel most alive in your life? If you do love a journal, I've already mentioned the membership and I don't want to plug the membership again, but it is something that I absolutely love doing in the membership. I'm always putting journal prompts in there. I put them in the weekly energy reports and they are all aligned with the seasons as well. As I've mentioned, I think it's really important not to just journal willy-nilly and just like sort of Google random journal prompts. I think if you align it with the seasons, then you can absolutely thrive throughout all the different seasons. If you are interested in journaling, or if you absolutely love journaling and want to have a more guided approach with that, then yeah, head over to the website. Again, I'll link it all in the description. Now I'm going to finish off with just some very simple and easy rituals that you can do in the summertime. Firstly being, what I've already touched on, is just getting outside in the morning. Now, I mentioned that my ritual is to put the washing out, and I also take my shoes off, my socks off, so I am barefoot on the ground, getting that grounding energy. But yeah, just hanging my clothes up and just waking my body up with that natural hit of sun. But you can do this and weave this into your meditation, your yoga practice, whatever you do with your morning routines. I am a mum of two, so I have to sort of like habit stack these with stuff that also needs to be done to have a fully functioning household. So yeah, just work it around you and your morning routine. But that is one key thing. Getting that morning sunlight is just a glorious way to start the day. Another way that you can honour the sun and just welcome more sunshine into your home, even on them rainy days, is bring some sunflowers into your home. And not just sunflowers, any sort of summer-based botanicals, so stuff like lavender, chamomile, daisies, but obviously sunflowers are the king of summer flowers. So yeah, bringing that sunshine into your home just to remind you of that light and remind you of that summer feeling, even on the days where it's a bit overcast and a bit rainy, because Lord knows we have a lot of them in the UK. One thing which I think is a must in summertime as well is going out one evening and just taking a flask of herbal tea or a drink of any kind, whatever. You don't even need to take a drink if you don't want to, but just go on a little walk when it's sunset and just appreciate that beautiful scenery around us, the abundance around us. Like, don't take your phone with you, don't distract yourself, just really, really embrace nature around you and just thank yourself and just be grateful for the sun and all the energy and all the light and all the abundance that it gives, not just you, but nature around you, and how much it helps us thrive. This would be a lovely way to bring in gratitude as well, if you wanted to just rhyme some things off that you are grateful for during this walk as well, just to remind yourself that not only can you be outwardly grateful for sort of like the things around you, but what's going on in your life as well. Another summer ritual is working with botanicals. Of course, they are absolutely thriving right now, and now would be a perfect time to harvest your herbs, get them dried, get them prepared for the colder months so that you have them on standby. This is what people would do many, many, many years ago, before we had any supermarkets just to pop to and get our herbs from. But I think it's a really good way to connect ourselves with our ancestors, connect ourselves with nature. If you can grow your own, then great, but if not, just find someone, ask a friend or ask a family member who is growing some if you could harvest some of their herbs. Or it doesn't even need to be herbs, it can be also botanicals. If you wanted to just dry some in your home, use them for smoke cleansing, make them into a bundle. So herbs that are thriving right now: rosemary, sage, thyme, lavender, chamomile, anything like that. You can dry them and put them into teas if you want. You can dry them and use them in your cooking. Or like I said, you can just hang them around your home. One thing I really like to do is dry sunflower petals. Once your sunflowers are looking a little bit like they're on their way out, just pull off the petals, lay them on, I just put them on like a tray or, like a chopping board for a few days, and just let them dry out. Put them in a nice sunny place so that it dries out a little bit quicker. And then I just store all these into a jar, and I use these in abundant spells. But also a really nice thing to do is just to scatter them by your doorstep. And this is welcoming in abundance and prosperity and joy and happiness and everything that a sunflower represents into your home yearly round. And of course, there's so many different things that you can honour the summertime with, but I'm going to leave you with one last ritual that I really love to do, and that is making solar water. Now, I know a lot of people know about moon water and how to make moon water. It's pretty much the same sort of deal, but you're working with solar energy, and obviously we know that as abundance, joy, happiness, gratitude, confidence, expression, all of them good things that we've been talking about in this video so far. But when it comes to solar water, you are putting them out not at night time, but you guessed it, during the daytime, ideally on a very sunny day. And it is a little bit overcast now, but there is still some sunlight beaming through. So I'm going to make some solar water now and talk you through it.
Okay guys, so I like to use a glass jug for this, but you could just use a normal glass or something ceramic if you wanted to. Definitely no plastic with this, and also avoid tap water. I know I just use tap water, but that is filtered water, so that's fine. Now I'm grabbing a piece of paper and I am writing down what my intention is with this jug of water. What do I want to infuse the energy of the water with? So once you've wrote on your piece of paper, you want to take it outside to a nice sunny spot. I've picked a spot next to lavender because I want to welcome in peace. Now with your piece of paper, just pop that underneath the jar, and I like to just sit with my intention, just thinking about my intention, thinking about what it means to me, and then you can just leave your jar or whatever you're using out there for a few hours.
So this water has been brewing or charging, as you would say, in the sun energy for about 2-3 hours now. And yes, I have put on my piece of paper, which is, where is it? There. So I put on my paper prosperity and peace. These are the things that I want to bring into my summer. Now, your question will be, what do you do with this now? So obviously it's a little bit warm, so it wouldn't be great to drink, but you can obviously drink it. If you want to put it in the fridge, that's absolutely fine. Put some ice cubes with it, mix it with a botanical cordial, or even make a herbal tea out of it. They are all great ways to consume your intentions, which would be a really beautiful way to really anchor in that intention that you've just set and charged with the solar energy. Other things that you can do with this water are bath rituals, so pouring it into your bath. You can also put it in like a spray bottle, almost like a cleansing spray, so mix it with some essential oils if you want to, and spray it around your room as a little bit of a sort of like a bringing in whatever the intention is. So say you set an intention to bring more joy into your home or just joy into your life, you could then bring that energy into your home with a daily spray bottle. simmer pots. There's also simmer pots, so if you are a person who likes to put a simmer pot brew on, using this water for your simmer pot would also be a great way. Any sort of day-to-day thing that you use water, then yeah, use your solar water, same way as you would do with your moon water. And on that note, I am going to be finishing this little video off and just leave you with the reminder that yes, summer is a busy time. That does not mean that you have to do everything. Remember that balance is key. Remember that it's okay to tap into that masculine energy that we are very much thriving in right now, but you do need to be tapping into your feminine energy as well to avoid overwhelm and burnout. I hope this video has helped you connect with the season a little bit more, or has inspired you to live a little bit more intentionally. Feel free to pop in the comments any ways that you are embracing this summer energy this year. And if you want some more seasonal living content, as well as witchy, lifestyle and artistic and travel, it's pretty much a mixed bag of everything on this channel. If you love that kind of thing, feel free to subscribe. See you in the next video.